Hey everyone, I'm David, aka Coma2000. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to make a patch from scratch with my top 10 favorite modules. I have already made a video like this, but that was in VCV version 1 and this is in VCV version 2. Furthermore, I made a little statistics of what are actually my favorite modules. And here's the table. I collected all the modules that I have used in my 23 ambient recordings, and if I have used one of the modules in the patch, then I put a 1 here, I summed that, and then I ranked it. And now we can see the top 10. My favorite module is Clouds by Mutable Instruments, and I also really like the Bogaudio LLFO. And this is all true, so here's the top 10, and we have a tie here. So I will include both of them in the patch today. And the ones that didn't make the cut, well, there are some surprising ones. I really like the dual attenuverter by Befako and also the even VCO. So surprisingly, it didn't make it into the top 10. But anyway, let's get started with the patch. And here the plan is to be completely improvise making this patch. I have not prepared anything except for putting these 10 modules already here, and now we just have to connect them. And this video is sort of a continuation of my beginner patch, my VCV Rack beginners tutorial, so it is supposed to be quite beginner friendly. So I will explain everything in detail, but I will not go through all of the modules one by one because I'm still building or making the tutorial series, or I'm starting to make it where we go through my top 50 favorite patches, favorite modules, one by one. And so here is just a quick overview. Again, to warm up, but if you have not seen the beginner's tutorial, check that out first. So we are using the Audio 8 module. This is not included in the 10 or 11 modules. I will select built-in output, and I will connect the BassMaster, which is the final module in this patch before the Audio 8 module, to the recorder and also, to the audio module and also to the recorder. And now I will set the block size here a bit higher, and we're good to go, I think. I will start the recording. So we record whatever we are playing here and I can mix it together for you later. Okay. Now, let's see, we have a clock. That's where this whole patch starts. This was the end. Let's go to the beginning. It's already running. Now we need the clock output and we connect it to the random sampler clock input, which is here, as you can see. And now we have a clock going. The random sampler has a built-in clock, but because this is one of my favorite modules, according to the statistics, I'm using it, and maybe the clock dividers will come in handy, we'll see. Now we have the T outputs and the X outputs. These are triggers, these are voltages that represent different notes. Pitch information, so this is where the pitch information is coming from. We're going to feed it into the volt per octave input of the resonator rings. Let's go with the X3 output, the odd output of that into the texture synthesizer to get our effect. So this is the pitch information, this is our instrument, and now we're adding some effect here. And let's first actually feed it into Chronoblob for the delay. Let's patch the right input here and that into Clouds and sync this clock with that clock. And now we connect the mixer and we should have sound. But we have made some mistakes probably here. So now we are in mono, you can see. I'm just moving a few knobs here. I wonder why we have no sound from the left output. Let's patch this in here as well. Okay, better. And now let's hear what's playing. I'm not hearing anything because we have not connected the main output of the mixer to the BassMaster. And now I can hear. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, we already have something playing here. Let's play around with the texture synthesizer. Let's turn up the wet to maximum. Now we have no sound because we have to set the density here. And now if you right click, you can change the function of this blend knob to spread, feedback and reverb. With spread you get the stereo spread left and right a little bit, as you can hear. Then with the feedback you, well, as it says, you have some delay effect, some feedback. And now let's turn up the reverb. And the reverb on Clouds is just incredible. It makes everything sound really, really good. But we have another reverb here, Plateau. So in some way we are going to use that too. Do we have another instrument, another sound source? Yes, we have Basal. So let's give it some Vult per octave input. But first let's set some things here on the random sampler. Let's reduce the steps because now we are in what scale are we using? We are using the major scale. Let's go to the minor scale. And here we are just selecting notes from the scale actually. And we can make the pitch higher or lower. And we change the spread here, probability distribution. We can lock these. We can turn down the rate. And now we'll use Basal. We'll use this input, this output to this input, to the Vult per octave input. And this here. Okay, let's go down a few octaves. Okay, to get some bass. Okay, it's a big mess, of course. The range is too great for the notes. You can change the range to narrow, full or positive. And now we play around with the knobs. I can hear the bass. The strum. What haven't we used yet? Well, we haven't used Plateau. We already have some reverb going on, but let's try Basal with the reverb. Just a mono input, but a stereo output. Let's solo this. Okay. We are giving it a bit too much for the diffusion. We can turn down the input sensitivity. Maybe cut a little bit of the low frequencies. Let's add some modulation. At least we're doing something then with the plateau. I can hear the modulation. This will be just some subtle sub-bass. We can go an octave down, but I'm not sure. Depends on the notes that we are playing here, of course. Maybe we are going too low. So let's just add back the other voices. Of course, we can play around with the resonator, that we have some different sound effects, not so woody. We can change the brightness here. We can actually modulate something because we have the LLFO. I haven't used that. Wow, of course. Maybe the structure. And now you just play around with the knobs, try to find the sound that you like, and you know, this takes ages and ages, so I don't want to keep playing around with this. Well, I do. We are not getting any strums. Let's change the times. Now we are getting the strums. We need to increase the length here. Let's play around with chronolo a little bit. Let's get rid of this, and let's add some reverb rather to the resonator here too. Let's try the even output, why not? Okay, now we are just getting really weird sounds. So we have some spooky ambience here too. Actually get rid of the Vult per octave here. Let's just go with the bass note. Let's change the modulation. We need a bit of gain here. We can increase the in gain. And that's it. We have some spooky sounds. It's not what I expected or intended, but this was fully improvised and I just tried to make it as quickly as possible. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And see you in the next one. Peace.